Hey guys, this is our team call recording. We are going over showing up like a CEO today. I have no slides, so I hope you're prepared to take notes because I am just going to get on my soapbox. Okay, I haven't done that in a while because we've had a lot of guest speakers and just kind of, following slides. And so I'm excited to be the one hosting our call tonight and talking to you guys. And it's so good to see you guys on our call. So with our team growing like crazy lately, which is so stinking exciting, a common topic that I've heard is time and time management and figuring out how to run our business without feeling like a slave to our business or our phone or our computer. So I really just wanted to talk about showing up like a CEO, but also owning who we are as coaches and where we plan to go with this business. Whether you are cool with sitting here as a coach and no rank and you're cool with that and you're enjoying the discounts, that's totally fine. We all want what you want. But if you're wanting to run with this business, you've got to get real with yourself and you got to start acting like a CEO because you are a CEO of this business. So that's what I'm going to go into tonight. So first things first, if you get hired on to a new job, a 9-to-5 working at a coffee shop, what do they expect you to do? They're going to expect you to clock in. They're going to expect you to work the whole time you're there. They're going to expect you to take your break and to clock out and then clock back in. And then you're going to work the rest of the time and then you're going to clock back out, right? So just like you would go to your 9-to-5, you should be working your business. I'm not saying you have to work at a 9-to-5, but you should be treating it like a job. That means logging into your online office, which is your office, just like Starbucks would be your office, or working for whatever company you're working for. If you have an office job, you have to show up to your office every day in order to work your business. So you should be checking your online office. You should be checking into our team page. You should be checking into your challenge groups. You should be doing your follow-ups, all these things that are part of your JOB, right? You're wanting to run with this business, treat it like a business. Treat it as if you would your 9-to-5. I don't work a 9-to-5, okay? So I'm not working 9-to-5. I have children. Holy crap. There's no way. So I'm working in power pockets and as much as I can, but I also can take a break to nurse my baby girl whenever I want and wipe my child's butt, okay? My toddler's butt. That's part of what I do as a CEO of this business. So with that being said, though, it's very important to protect your business. You should not feel like you're a slave to your phone. If you're getting messages all day long, you're like, I gotta get to that message, I gotta get to that message. Boy, that will drain you so fast that you won't even have any desire to do this business. I see Christine over there like, yeah, because it's true. And I am a victim of doing that years ago. I used to do that. Yep, Christina too. And Christina's been this for a long time. I used to feel like I have to get back with everyone like that. Not good for your business. It's not good for your mental health. You have to treat it like a business and protect your business. Run your hours, your business hours. You guys have heard me talk about that. When I sit down and I'm sending invites, that's what I'm doing. I'm not messaging. I'm sending invites. And when I'm messaging people back, that's what I'm doing. Now, make clear, I do respond to my coaches. If it's like a time-sensitive thing, I respond to my coaches. Otherwise, I'm delegating my time to doing the chunks of work that I'm doing at that moment. And in fact, Autumn just said this last week during 80-Day Obsession. She said one of our calls, she said, I want to challenge you to live in the moment. We get so caught up in going through the scroll or responding to messages while we're eating. How about just eat? Take that time and eat and enjoy the moment. You're outside with your kids and you're worried about checking your phone or posting to Instagram stories. How about just sit your phone aside and be with your kids? Enjoy those moments. That's about protecting your business. If you're doing personal development, which I guess that's a probably really bad example because I'm always doing that while multitasking because I listen to audio. Like, let's say you're sending invites. If I'm sending invites, I'm sending invites. I'm not responding to messages, making a post. Like, I'm doing that thing, and then I move on to the next thing. I like my Success Club tracker. When I'm doing that section of my Success Club tracker, that's what I'm doing, and then I move on. If you get sidetracked, it's a downward spiral. So protect your business. Have hours set. For me, it has always been after 8:30, phones are done. We're done after 8:30. It's husband and wife time, family time. We never have our phones during dinner. I'm protecting our family in that matter, that I'm not always on my phone. I'm not a slave to my phone and to my business. I make my own hours. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm a coach, is because I don't have to worry about a boss. I don't have to worry about a very strict schedule. So that's what I do. But you have to be aware of those hours, and you have to set it. And make sure your family's aware of that too, so that they're on board too. Like, hey, I have this really big goal, so just so you know, these are the times I'm working. When I'm not working, I'm with family. So the next thing is to be a leader, and to be a leader boldly. And I'm seeing so many of you step up and just be those leaders, and it just, oh my gosh, like seriously, Alyssa and Amy Jo, this call that I was just on with you guys the whole time, I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, you guys are just doing so good, and I'm so proud. And then Christina messaged me and told me her and Marcia today are doing their own sneak peek, and they're going to, Christina has her team logo she's putting together. And I'm just like so proud of the leaders you guys are developing into, and you're taking a hold of the horns boldly. And that right there is what makes you a successful leader. Because you're building your confidence, you're building your credibility, you're building everything around you to be a better leader. And when you're like attacking your business, it's very important to think about what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. And focus on what you like. For me, one of my strengths is I love being a leader. Back in high school and college, I was a really good cross-country runner. And I was top in the state, and then I got a full ride to college. And for me, that was a thriving moment for me. I loved leading. I loved being able to inspire other girls that wanted to be great runners. That's never left me. I'm an introvert. The fact that I'm leading team calls is crazy, but it brings me so much joy that I can't even explain. So I want to amplify that. So I listen to leadership, personal development, right? So the other thing I'm really weak at is my numbers. So that's where Dakota comes in. And that's where I go to other coaches for numbers, or challenge groups, which was something we were supposed to talk about at the beginning, Amy Jo. I'm trying to get better with my challenge groups and implementing more fun activities. And here comes Amy Jo, who's a rock star with doing that kind of stuff. And she's going to help us do that with our challenge group. That's what being a team is all about. But it's also about focusing on your weakness and strengths, and really recognizing that. So set your business hours. And if I could tell you the biggest part of showing up like a CEO, the biggest part is going to be your why. Okay. If you are here to just do it as a discount coach, totally fine. I already said that. But if you're wanting to run, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't know why you're doing this. If you don't have a deep why, like there's a reason why you feel like you need to show up for yourself every day in your health and fitness goals, and for your team, and for your challengers, then you're not going to make it very far. So you really need to sit down and get real with yourself and think, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? If you kind of think about that, sit there and think, where does Danielle want to be in 5 years? Kind of puts in perspective. That kind of like makes you reiterate your why and why you're doing this, right? Like right now, Dakota's working sun up to sundown, and it freaking sucks, but we want to pay off debt. 5 years from now, he's going to be my assistant. He's going to be doing all the cleaning. He's going to be doing all the numbers crap, right? We're going to have our camper. We're going to have our SUV, our big SUV. We're going to be doing all the things we want to do. And that means I'm putting in the work now and showing up every single day. Okay. So really thinking about why. And the biggest why is I'm never returning to daycare, ever. And I want to create a legacy for my children. The fact that my son sits down next to me, grabs his dad's computer and some little remote that looks like a phone, and sits it next to him, opens the computer and says, Mama, I'm helping people get healthy. Like, all the feels. That's what I want my kids to see. He's not seeing me, oh, Mom's on her phone again. She's just scrolling. No, Mom is changing lives every single day, and what I do is powerful. So really focus on your why and sit down. And it's funny because Amy and Alyssa were just talking about this on their call, talking about knowing your dreams and your why, and you have to be aware of that. And it changes all the time. Because if you're sitting there like, I don't know what it is, or it's totally different than it used to be, great. Because your why is supposed to change all the time. Mine changes all the time. Serve that mission. Whatever your why is, you need to serve that mission. You have to show up like it is your one and only mission. So if you're sitting there and your business goes through a rough time, you lose a diamond coach, an emerald coach, you get some no's, you get some rude messages, you don't get as many likes or comments on a post that you made that you thought you'd get, and that disrupts your business, you need to reflect. Those no's, those rude messages you might get, your business going through a rough patch, that's gonna happen with any network marketing company. I don't care what you're doing, it's gonna happen. Any job, there's ups and downs. You have to be prepared for that and ready to roll with it. And no matter what happens, because your mission is so strong in your why, that's not going to deter you from your path of where you're heading. I don't care what someone says to me. They're not going to deter me from creating this freedom for my kids. Okay. So I recently had a coach that I was very, very close with. I loved her so much, and she up and quit. And it broke my heart. But you know what? That doesn't deter me from where I'm going. That doesn't deter me from all of you that are making changes every single day and changing all the lives around you. I don't care. I hate that for her, and I hate that she's not on our team anymore. But that doesn't change my mission. That doesn't change your guys' mission. That doesn't change the lives that I've impacted all these months. I just keep on going. And you have to remember that, because you're going to go through those rough times as being a CEO. Every CEO of every business goes through rough patches. You just have to be ready to put up those punches. Those of you doing 10 rounds, you're prepared, right? You're like, yeah, come at me, bro. Okay. So my next topic that I want to talk about, or next part of this topic, is who here is scared to invite? Okay. Yeah. All right. You can drop things in the chat. Tell me why. Put it in the chat or unmute yourself. Why are you scared to invite? Is it objection? Being told no? Is it because you don't know what to say? What's your reason?
Mine is I know what to say. Mine is that the area where I'm at, and my family and friends that I have on Facebook, they're not nice at all about what I'm doing. I don't want to hear about it. My cousin actually just went and signed up for Peloton, knowing that I'm doing this and knowing what all I have actually accomplished here in the last 2 months. She went and signed up for Peloton.
Okay. So let me tell you this. 5 years into coaching, my mom and my entire family signed up for Isagenix.
Are you kidding me?
It happens. Sometimes family are your most negative people around you. And you can't let that defeat you, because they are not the ones getting your health back. They are not the ones paying your bills. They are not the ones that determine your happiness. Don't let it get to you. Don't. I've had it happen. Trust me, every one of my family members. In fact, just last week, my mom's like, oh yeah, my Aunt Deb tried calling her to get her to sign up for Isagenix again, knowing that her daughter's doing Beachbody, and knowing that my mom drinks Shakeology every day. She's doing Bar Blend, but yet still tried to sell her on. So it's like, how disrespectful is that? Like, it happens, and whatever. So rejection, not sure what to say. A lot of people know I have showed interest, end up changing their mind. Okay, so I get it. So let me say this. If you're sitting there, like, let's say there's an amount of money that would change your life. Let's just say $500 a month would change your life. It'd make a big difference. $500 is a good chunk of money, right? Okay. But one person tells you they don't believe in what you're doing, or they tell you no. Or they tell you, I've heard about that Shakeology stuff. I'd rather eat my food. And it makes you drop down and not send any other invites. You'll never make that $500, right? You'll never make it. That's the reality. It's not always for everybody right now. So even if you get a no, even if you get a hater, you just got to roll with it, because that's what happens. And just because if you walk in to a restaurant and you sit down, they ask you if you want coffee, if you tell them no, is that waiter going to get offended? No. What if I change my mind 10 minutes later? Yeah, I need some coffee. They're going to be like, okay. Okay, so why would you let that offend you? Right? So $500 or one negative person. What are you going to choose? I choose that $500. I don't care how many people tell me no. What I have is so powerful. It's changed my life so much. So I don't care about their opinions. I don't care what they want. I'm just going to help provide that and let them know what they could have. I heard something the other day is it's not your job to convince people. It's your job to show them. It's to show them what we have to offer. You're not here to convince people that they need this. You're here to show them what works and what we do. Okay, so don't get wrapped up in, well, this person said no and they don't think, or they don't have the money, whatever it is, whatever their reason is, they don't think they're good enough. And a lot of times that's it, is they don't have the confidence. They don't think they can do it. You can't get wrapped up in that. Okay, you just keep going, because our mission is so much stronger, so much stronger. We're here to change lives. And you know what? Miss Amy Jo sitting here that took 5 years to say yes, it just wasn't her time. But look at her now, okay? It just wasn't her time. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to be ready. And I know for me, I could sit here feeling miserable. Back in January, I could have sat there and sat miserable forever, and it didn't matter what anyone else said to me. I had to make the decision to do this. I had to make the decision to do 80-day obsession and follow the meal plan and get my crap together. Nobody made that decision for me. So keep that in mind when you're talking to people, when they're telling you no, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal against you. It's personal for them. So the only way to take a hold of that fear, and I learned a lot from this book I'm listening to called Fear is My Homeboy. I love it, and I highly recommend it. Basically taking everything that kind of freaks you out a little bit and just chasing after it and smashing it. And I love it. You have to take action by breaking through that fear. That's the only way you're going to get better. I used to hate inviting. I used to be the one that said, I will never invite. I will never send those messages. And here I am with an amazing team, with a bunch of sisters. We're making a difference. You have to actually do it to get past that fear. Okay. So you also have to approach it like it's a non-negotiable. Your business is a non-negotiable. Me, Success Club 10, non-negotiable every single month. I don't give myself a choice. My workouts, non-negotiable every single day. It's just like brushing my teeth. I'm doing it. Doesn't matter. Right? All those things with your business. You're wanting to see success with your business. You're wanting to reach diamond. You're wanting to make it a full-time income. Whatever you want out of this business. You want to change 5,000 lives. Whatever you want to do. Then you make that Success Club tracker and all those daily to-dos and non-negotiable. Have a reality check with yourself. How many invites are you actually doing a day? Are you actually listening to your personal development every day? Are you being a product of the product? Are you following the meal plan? Are you doing the workouts every day? Are you showing up for yourself? Get real with yourself, okay? And this isn't a quick thing. This is a long-term thing. I've been showing up for 7 years. I didn't just do this and hope that I see success in 3 months. I've given it a lot of time, and you have to, because this isn't just a quick thing. This is a lifestyle change. Every one of you that's here, you know that. Like, health and fitness is not just a short-term thing. It's a lifestyle thing. So you have to treat your business the same way. Okay. So right now I have a challenge for you guys, and we're going to all do it together because we're going to break past that barrier. Okay. Overwhelmed with everything I have on my plate. I'm going to read that first. Trying to empty my plate. So for me, because that's one of, Alyssa, you said you're overwhelmed. I don't have like the businesses going on like you do. You just opened a new business today. Congrats. But my postpartum depression, the number one thing besides sleep that gets me is feeling out of control. And I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm drowning, and it can totally cripple me in minutes. I have to work from a to-do list because it makes me feel better. So if I get up in the morning and I write down all the things I need to do today, every time I check something off, it's like, and I feel so much better. So I highly recommend doing that. And if you know what, if invites is that one thing that you put off all day long, start your day, just get it out of the way. Just do it. Spend 10 minutes to do it. That's what we're going to do right now. Okay. So I want you guys, I made that post on Anchored Empire earlier today for a reason. People posted their invites examples. Okay. I want you to go to that post. There wasn't many. So if you want to create your own real quick, you can. There's also a document in Anchored Empire with examples. Obviously, make it your own. You want it to feel genuine from the heart, but I want you to go copy that right now. And we are going to go into Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, like, what are you even doing with your life? What are you doing with your business? Okay, so your followers, it's not cold market. If they're your followers, they're following you. They followed you for a reason. They obviously liked your content, unless there's some weird bot, and then who cares? They're watching your stories. If they're liking your posts, you go invite them. Do not overthink this. Do not prejudge people like, oh, she's going through a lot. I'm not going to invite her. Oh, she's from high school and she was kind of intimidating. No, we're not prejudging here, okay? Don't overthink it. You never know. I have a girl that literally scared the living crap out of me, and she even, after my invite, was very rude to me. And then the next week asked me how to sign up with 80 Day Obsession. Okay. Like, I was scared to death to talk to that girl, and she was even rude to me. And then she messaged me, asked me to sign up. You can't prejudge. So get out of your own head. Go grab that invite. And right now, I'm doing it with you guys. Go to your followers, go to the people watching your stories, people that have liked your posts. If you don't have Instagram, do it on Facebook. And I want you to send them an invite. I'll be sending the one that you guys saw me post in Anchored Empire. And you guys can use that too. If you're doing 10 rounds, I'm starting on the 18th, so we're doing a whole new wave in that same group. So if you want to invite people to 10 rounds, you can do that. So I always screenshot the people I invite on Instagram so that I remember to follow up with them. And I always follow up 2 days later. Just a little tip.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
You betcha. I expect for you guys to get 10 to 20 invites right now, just so you know. Don't overthink it. Just go through your followers, people watching your stories. First one to get to 20, speak up. Watch, we're gonna lose people now because they're like, heck no, I don't want to do this. Back out of the call. We got
Mine's,
you.
mine's funny because I have all these people that, well, if you can see my phone, I don't know if you can or not.
You have to dim the screen for it to work. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my obnoxious dishwasher.
Hey, Mom, let's play basketball together.
Play basketball together.
So let's play. Just Mama, just play the basketball together.
All right.
Hey, Mom, I can't play me toy.
I'm still on the call.
Why?
Because I'm putting them to a challenge right now.
Oh,
We want to show me each other
I
too.
still wouldn't let me log in again.
There's something wrong with you.
Oh.
Babies at me like
Thanks.
Can't ever get into our calls. Have you updated Zoom?
Yes, I've tried everything. I tried going to the link.
Weird.
Your chocolate bunny snack. Did you eat all your dinner?
No.
You can't have chocolate bunny snack until you eat dinner.
I'm at 11 so far.
What?
Anyone hit 20 yet?
I'm at 11 as well.
Oh.
Invites?
Mhm.
I'm a loser.
You're not a loser. You're taking care of the kids, and that's a huge help.
Take
Yeah. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. May I help you? Can I help you, mister? Thanks. Yeah. I'm just trying to clean up dinner, bud. Can you give me a little bit? You can play again. You can play again. Trying to help? Go eat your dinner.
All right, how we doing?
I win.
Alyssa sent me an invite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have so many Beachbody people that follow me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I almost did the same thing, but I was like, nope, she doesn't need me.
All right. Okay. I am done.
Yeah, it's too dark.
I got 16, but I did a crap ton earlier today.
I can't count when I'm going through it. I just do it.
Yeah.
I can't count. I mean, I can count, just not as I'm going through this.
Okay.
Well, now I got to take one off.
Well, I'm going to keep going just for the sake of time. But how easy was that? We literally just did that together in 10 minutes? We just went through and blasted out, probably not even 10 minutes, blasted out 20 invites, nearly. It's not that hard. And we all get so ahead of ourselves, overthinking it. I've already had messages back. And you're not always, every person's not like, yes, I mean, more details. Like, that's not the way it works. But you're planting seeds. Okay, and when you follow up with them next month, it might be a better time for them. So, and the first thing they're going to do is go to your profile, and they're going to look at like, oh, yeah, she's like got this boot camp starting. Look at her transformation. Look at her team's transformation. So if you're not showing, being proof of what you do on your timeline, which I always talk about being your storefront, then they're not going to know how to connect with that when you send them a message and they go to your profile. Just like when someone sends me an invite to anything, the first thing I go to their profile, and if nothing adds up, I'm like, dude, who is this? What is she talking about? And if I go to their page and I'm seeing transformations, I'm seeing they're eating healthy, I'm seeing they're doing their workouts, but they're also a real person, I'm like, okay, what does she got to offer? It makes a big difference. Or if I go to someone else and their entire page is all vomiting their business, that's icky. I don't want that. So make sure that you have a good storefront, and it makes inviting easier. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more confident you get, and the better you get at talking to people. And you know what? Invites don't have to always be those examples in Anchored Empire. You can do your connects where you're just engaging with people on their stories and keeping up with them. So keep that in mind. Now, one thing that I have to point out, babe, please shut that door. Thank you, Cass. Is if you're one of those people that you struggle with time, you're a hustler, but you have a time problem, okay? Because you're busy. We're all busy. Maybe not right now so much during this quarantine, but most of us have kids, and that's still hard. So you have to learn how to work in Power Pockets. And if you go to the Beachbody Champions Facebook page, gold, you can type in Power Pockets, you can type in Power Hour, whatever. They will teach you how to work during those crunch times. If it's 15 minutes at a time, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. Big game changer. On my YouTube channel, I have Power Pocket videos that help you too and walk you through that. But listen to me, if I see you, if you're telling me you want to grow a successful business and you want to be diamond, or you want to be 2-star, or you want to change all these lives and you want this to be your full-time income, whatever it is, and I see you post a status asking for Netflix series to watch, but yet you're struggling to find time for your business, we need to have a talk about Jesus, right? We need to come to me and let's talk, because there's some serious issues going on here, okay? So really get real with yourself, and how bad do you really want this? How bad do you really want that why, that mission you're going after? Because if you're worried about some Netflix series, you have time on your hands. I'm telling you that right now, you have time on your hands. Every one of us has time on our hands. You just have to delegate it, and you have to remember why you're doing this and where you're going with it. That's all I had. I'm off my soapbox. Let me make sure I check the chat real quick before we get off. Oh, shaking. It gives you so you'll get better, Taylor. Make sure you're posting consistently every single day, using your stories. Honestly, my stories is why I'm good at inviting, because I'm consistent, and people that are following me, they know what I'm doing. So it makes it easier to talk to those people because they see what you're doing every day. It's not a shock. Oh, this girl works out? Like what? When you're posting about it, and you're posting your pre-workout, you're posting your shake, you're posting your out in the backyard with your kids, or you're posting, you're on a call, you're posting your workouts, people know, okay, that's what this girl does. But I want more info, right? So it makes it easier. And Alyssa, you got anxiety. I get anxiety to do it too. 7 years into it, I do too. It happens. But as you open up those conversations and as you get to talking to people, it feels good. You're like, okay, I'm making a difference. It might be hard to send that initial message, but some people are dying for that initial message. Literally miserable. Literally can't get dressed in front of their husband, right? Yeah. And you could be that change for them. So keep that in mind. Don't get in your own head. You just have to keep trucking. Personal development too. And I know, Alyssa, I know you're good at that, so I'm not saying that to you. I'm just saying in general, that has helped me so much. And you just can't get in your own head. And anxiety will do that. So trust me, I know. All right. I believe in you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'm so proud of you. And next week, we should have a special guest. And I still need volunteers for the last 2 weeks of the month. So, Amy Jo, you're out because you already did one. Alyssa, you just did one too, so you're out. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Does anybody have any questions before I get off? We need to take a picture. No questions. Nothing. Okay. All right.
Did you want me to mention that what we were talking about earlier?
You can if we're quick. All right, let's smile real quick. 1, 2.
Okay. Oh, shoot. So I like these calls and we get to have them as coaches, but I thought maybe in the Best Me group for our customers, maybe we could do a once a week or once every other week where we designate a coach for each call and have a Zoom call offered for customers, maybe like a theme of the week, like a recipe, or maybe just chat about your struggles and how we can motivate each other. I just thought maybe it would be a cool thing to do with our customers. And if you guys wanted to be a part of rotating that around and kind of doing it with our customers, I guess just send either of us a message, and we kind of thought it'd be neat to do that for them.
Like a topic, kind of like our team call. We would do a topic.
Yeah.
Like this week
Have
we'll talk
something
about
long.
nutrition. Next week we'll talk about how we handle eating through the holidays. Next week we'll talk about eating disorders. Different topics every other week or however we decide to do it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to run that by you guys since the Best Me Project is open to all of our BOD members of the whole team. So
I love
it
that.
adds community and camaraderie and just getting everyone together. I tried doing the coffee chat, didn't have a good turnout, so I'm hoping if we do it more consistently and schedule it, that will have people show up. So we just want to run that by you guys because these are your people too.
Mm-hmm. I know that. I mean, sometimes if you just had the BOD membership, you don't really have all that extra support. I just think maybe for me, if I was just a customer, it'd add value to me, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
1000%.
Awesome sauce.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Thanks for showing up tonight. I know it went over, but I really appreciate you. Love you.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, Kat.
Bye.
Bye.